Hello.
Good evening.
Evening. Yeah. Another Sunday.
Yeah, another Sunday.
Yeah, here we are again.
And next weekend, when have we got a bank holiday coming up?
I'm sure it's next Monday, not this Monday, next Monday.
Don't make no difference to me, to be honest with you. But,
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, apart from my dad falling ill and going into hospital and everything. But apart from that, yeah, we're doing all right. We're caught up on a lot of things. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So, just being the same here. Nothing special going on at all.
No, it's we're in that lull period where nothing's come out. All the new stuff has come out and sort of, yeah, we're sort of at that lull period now, aren't we?
Yeah. But, yeah, it's been a quiet week as usual here. Yeah. So, I need something exciting to happen.
I'm pretty sure over the next couple of weeks, months, we'll have some new stuff. So,
yeah. So, right. So, on to news. So, there's a couple of things that have been announced this week. I'll bring up. So, the first one, I think everybody knows about it, but it is news.
Yeah.
And that is Agora Models link with Universal.
Yeah, it was sort of like the worst kept secret, but I think a lot of people knew it was Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Agora Models, Universal products and experience. So they are collaborating together. And the first model that they are kicking off is with the Orca from Jaws.
Yeah, and it's quite a big size as well.
Yeah, 80 centimeters in length. That's 31 inches.
Yeah.
In length. So it is going to be big. Now.
Yeah, very, very big. How big is the Bismarck and Titanic?
The Titanic is 134 centimeters.
So a little bit smaller, but you can sort of gauge the size from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's going to be wood or whatever.
Die-cast, yeah. I would imagine it'll be wood, but you never know.
The reason I'm thinking it's wood is because when they brought out the Constitution, they said it was Agora's first wooden model boat.
Yes.
So is this the second wooden model boat?
Maybe.
It could be. So, yeah. We don't know what's going to be the next one from Universal, but they've got quite a bit to sink the teeth into, really.
Oh, yeah, yeah, literally. It'd be interesting to see what. Is it just the boat? Will it come with figurines or will it come with a diorama? It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're a Jaws fan, and I know there are massive Jaws fans out there, then yeah, this is one for you. So, moving on to the next one. It's been sort of announced, but, we're just... I managed to find it because it has gone live in France.
Yes.
And that is the Leech
King. Leech. Yeah. So a fan home was teasing this. They've done a few videos now where they were teasing this. It's now appeared on D'Agostini on the French side, where you can. I think you can actually subscribe straight away.
Yes.
So it's another one of those ones that's gone straight live. It hasn't had a pre-order or anything.
Yeah. So this is Altea, obviously.
Yeah, Agostini.
So this is what they're getting. So first 1,000 subscribers as a backpack. So we'll have a look at some of the pictures.
I mean, it does look really nice. I mean, I like figurines, so this is right up my alley. I really like this. This looks really... I mean, if it comes off exactly how it looks here, I think there's a home run.
Right.
It looks really good.
I've never played World of Warcraft or anything like that.
The Wrath of the Lynch King was an expansion pack, came out in 2008.
You see, that's the thing. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, it's sort of like... like the cold and stuff like that, but he controls like the undead, so like skeletons and things like that.
Right. Yeah. I've never known it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think if you're into like, even if you're into sort of Warhammer, this would not look out of place.
Yeah.
In a Warhammer collection, but it looks really nice. I like this one.
So, but yeah, there we go. That's the pictures. If I scroll down, we've got a bit more about the model, the figure. So this is 60 centimeters high.
Yeah.
Which is actually the same size as the Darth Vader in height.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No, I don't know. I think it might be smaller than that. If you look at him standing with someone, there's a picture of a guy standing with it. It looks more like the height of like Optimus Prime.
Well, it says finely detailed armor and Frostmore, metal ABS, quality synthetic leather, LED effects, eyes and sword light up via remote control, easy step-by-step assembly, a monthly editorial installment that delves into the World of Warcraft game, history, characters, and more. So, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Oh, so maybe it isn't as big as what I thought.
So it's about as big as Optimus Prime is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime. Yeah. So that's all the content for the magazines now. The free gifts are a pin. This is new. Desk mat.
Nice. That is because I'm wondering whether they're doing that because it's a PC game.
Yeah. So
it's like a little bit like a mouse pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft cap. There's a mug, and you get 3 posters.
They love their posters.
Well, yeah, it seems to be quite a standard now.
Yeah.
For that. Case for this as well, if you want to pay for premium.
It looks like the Optimus Prime one.
Well, the Optimus Prime one, the Darth Vader, and that are all more or less identical.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Obviously, how it works, I can't say what the price is going to be because obviously this is in euros and not in pounds.
Yeah, I think it's also 100 issues, if I remember rightly. Oh, no, sorry, 115 when I looked.
115, right.
That's exactly the same as Optimus Prime.
Yeah. So it's nice to have a first look at it.
I'll tell you what, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something I would consider building, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It looks very nice.
So I just thought, oh, let's have a check. So left side. That's the back.
Yeah.
That's the right side. And then yeah, that's the front. So there we go. Nice to look at it.
It looks really nice. Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah. So that is the Leech King. From what we can see at the moment on the France site, the gifts and stuff could change though when it comes to the UK.
Yeah, I would imagine it's going to appear on the UK site. Nothing that like I said, Fan Home have already been teasing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost certain it will appear, but at this moment we don't know. It could be a couple of weeks, it could be months, could be a year. We don't know yet.
Okay. So that is news so far. So stop sharing.
No, there's also the thing from Agora, isn't there?
Yes. So they have plastered it all over social media, and they did. I think we got emails about it as well. That the Route Master will be discontinued when their stock runs out.
Yeah.
So I think it's last stop, isn't it? Really for the Route Master.
Yeah.
Get it is IXO.
Yeah. IXO sell it as a full build. I would imagine it won't be long before they pull it as well.
Yeah.
It has been. I mean, it was, when was it? 2018. It come out 2017. It's quite an old build now. It's a Hachette build, so it's quite a.
It's going to be sad to see it go.
I know. Do you reckon? Do you know what? I think it was 2019, because didn't it come out during COVID?
I think it came out just before COVID. Yes.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah.
So it's going to be sad to see it go, because it's been around and it's been,
It's one of those builds that that people are like, I don't know, but when you build it, you're like, this is amazing. This build is like, it's really, really nice build.
Yeah.
Really nice build. Yeah. I'm lucky enough to have built it yourself as well. So it's like,
it's just a shame it's not going to be around anymore. But I think that's just the way, you've got to move out the old stuff to bring in the new stuff.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of builds out at the moment that have become like their natural end, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They've been around a long time. You've got the Rossi bike. I don't think we'll ever see that again.
No, camper.
The camper. I don't think we'll ever see that again. I know Agora have just started saying about the Zero and the Terminator.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain this may be their last run. They've been out a very long time as well, and I could see them being discontinued as well.
I can see probably DeLorean going as well.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen
that. DeLorean's been out longer than the Routemaster.
Yeah, and we've seen a few that haven't actually come back from fan home as well. So RoboCop, Optimus Prime, they've been gone. Look, I mean, we're nearly finished both of those builds now, and both of them have never come back out. So not been offered again. We know about, obviously, Ecto 1. I don't think we'll ever see that one again. But you never know. Another company might come along and pick these ones up. But I think they might have all sort of reached their end. Also, as well, you got the Eddie Stobart. I don't think we'll ever see that ever again, the Eddie Stobart build.
Well, since they've gone out of business, no.
I think that Eddie Stobart thing has gone.
We've been wrong before, Kev. We've said that these things don't happen, and then lo and behold, they get re-released. I'm like, are you really doing it to wind us up? So we could be wrong. We could be completely wrong. And Hachette will, in a week's time, say, you know what, we're going to bring back the Routemaster. You
never know. It's one of those things, but you can see from the build community as well, when you're on all the Facebook groups and the forums and stuff like that, you can sort of tell what people want and what they don't want. And there's not a lot of the ones that we've mentioned. There's not a lot of movement on them at the moment. So I would say that, shamefully, they're gone. Yeah.
But they were good models, and we should appreciate that. Who built them appreciated them, and it will be sad to see them go. But you have to get rid of the old to bring in the new.
Bring in the new, of course you do. Yeah, you can't sort of keep these older ones going, especially if no one's buying them.
No.
So it becomes difficult, doesn't it? Sort of, do you keep going even though you're getting a few customers, or do you get rid and then bring out new ones where it's going to generate more money?
There we go. Okay, I'll start going through some chat, see what people have been saying. So I'm sorry if people chatted and I missed it. I just was really busy yesterday, so I couldn't keep nipping into StreamYard and check. So I've got at 9:56 p.m. last night, I've got Will's Workshop saying can't beat UD evening all. So evening, Will.
Hi, Will.
And then at 10:15, we've got Kevin and Mary saying hello, everyone. Right, now I can go to the chat today. So we've got Flip Dip in saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. So good evening, Flip Dip. Welcome.
Hi, Flip Dip.
And then he's saying, I'm loving the new Superman trailer. I think it could be my new fave Superman, just like Andrew Garfield's my fave Spider-Man, even though I'm not a big Marvel fan. DC all the way for me.
I haven't seen the new trailer. I have seen a trailer for it, but I haven't seen the newer one.
No, I haven't seen a new one either.
So
See,
I've seen all these films sort of coming out. Sorry a minute. I've seen all these films coming out, but the one I'm more excited for is Jurassic Rebirth.
Yeah,
that looks really good.
For me, I grew up with Christopher Reeve, so that's who I always think of.
Yeah, everyone has their. It's a bit like Bond. Everyone has their Bond, and everyone has their Superman.
Every man has their Bond. Everyone has their Batman.
Their Doctor.
Their Doctor, their Superman. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Spider Brewing who says, hello, Mark, on Kev's channel, and of course, Hop, hello, Kev, on Mark's channel. So good evening, Spider Brew.
Good evening, Spider Brew. Welcome.
We've got Wheels Workshopping saying good evening all on Kev's side. And then
I will.
And a good evening all on Mark's side. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please. Thank you. And good evening, Will. We've got Andy Carroll who says, afternoon, Mark and Kev. Hope you guys had a great week. Hi to everyone in chat. Mark, I saw your Vader build part 3. Enjoy getting the magnet and the screws inside the helmet top. Yeah, magnet and screws don't mix, no.
No.
Yeah, it were a case of how do you hold a magnet, a speaker and a sensor in something while you're putting something over it. It was nearly impossible. And then I found a trick. Well, speakers are magnetic.
Yeah.
And they also attract to the magnet. So I just put a magnet on the other side. It kept the speaker in place while I got the part in.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. Ian's World of Models says, good evening, Mark and Kev on the other side and to all in chat. So good evening, Will. Sorry, Ian.
Ian.
Yeah. So we've got a milestone on Tuesday. So it's mine and Julie's 21st wedding anniversary on Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
21 years on Tuesday we've been married. So
wow.
Yeah. And she's very understanding. I mean, you're a bit like Kirsty. She lets me put my models anywhere in the house.
Yeah.
So I can put things anywhere. So yeah, it's mine and hers wedding anniversary on Tuesday. 21 years.
Brilliant.
So and the first year, our first wedding anniversary, we went to go see Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's definitely different to other people's first anniversary. So yeah, she sat there and watched Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith on our first wedding anniversary. That is dedication.
Yeah.
So, but the second part, we went to a Chinese buffet, and that was her choice. So
fair enough. Yeah.
We've got Dave McBills who says, good evening, Mark and Kev. Have a great stream tonight. Thank you, Dave Mac, and welcome.
Dave.
And then we've got David Hawley who says, a very good evening, Kev and Mark and everyone. Good evening, David. Welcome.
Hi, David. Welcome.
And we've got Ian Campbell says, a very good evening, all. Good evening, Ian. I hope you're feeling better, mate.
Yes.
Come back from Canada and got COVID.
Yeah.
And quite a severe case of COVID as well.
Yeah.
It's what I call foreign bug syndrome.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is you'd send your kids back to school in September, and within a couple of weeks, they'd start coming down.
Have a cold and everything else. Yeah.
Cold or a stomach bug. And what it is everybody who's been on holiday has gone and caught a bug, brought it back, and now. So it's what I call foreign bug syndrome.
But hopefully you're better soon, Ian.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Hopefully feeling better. Will's Workshop says, when are we talking about the awesome bat circuit from Mike Lane?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's there's nothing else to say about it other than there
we go.
It's that's the ultimate. It's the ultimate thing, really, isn't it?
It's the ultimate pimpage, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's loads of cool little bits on it, like the magnetic charger, and it's got the flame effect for the booster. It's really nice.
I've got to agree, though. Okay, so I'll go through everything that these main features include.
It's got loads. Absolutely
An
like.
main board, a bat circuit, built-in magnetic power mod, working bat phone, fully lighting control and sound effects, action sequencers, upgraded audio system with vastly better quality audio playback, player-owned sounds, voice samples and theme tune, upgraded higher quality RF remote, music and radio player, alarm clock and timer mode, synchronized sound and visual effects, including synchronized support for future Might Lane upgrades such as fully working mobile crime computer and Bat Dash, expandable and future-proof firmware, upgradable over Wi-Fi and expansion ports for future upgrades, interior light, supports an Amazon device, Siri and Google Home voice activation via Broadlink RM4 Pro sold separately, plug and play, Bat Portal, manage the Batmobile's config settings, files and folders via web portal, USB mode, direct access and management of all Batmobile's config settings, files and folders via USB. Oh, right.
And then there's an app as well. And you can control everything. I think it's got an alarm clock on there. It's everything.
It's the ultimate pimp.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Knight Rider ultimate board. It's
yeah.
Wow. All singing and all dancing. So yeah. If you are if you're building the Batmobile, then that's definitely one to go for. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm building it, but obviously I can't mod or anything like that with mine.
No. So it's a shame, but you know,
nice.
Modding is done at every builder's risk.
It is indeed.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Chef Hawk in who says, evening all. Evening, Chef Hawk. Welcome. Will's Workshop says, looking forward to the Orca. Might be one I do. Why not?
Yeah, it's not for me. I've not built a ship on yet. But for now, it's just the room that I'm going to have to display stuff at the moment. But I'm not a big. I like Jaws. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just not a massive fan. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not big enough to put down the money at the moment, but you never know, something might crop up, and
it's one. I mean, I like boats anyway.
Yeah.
So I would love. I'll build any boat. So it's possible one that I might look at, but I don't know. It's finances. It's always the finances. Howard says, with 700 parts that are painted, if it's wood, I doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me as well, where it said 700 parts and they're painted. I was like, it can't be wooden then. I'm wondering if it's going to be a bit like Titanic or the Bismarck die cast.
Well, yeah, but they were metal hulls on the ships anyway. The Orca's actually, the original Orca was a wooden ship.
Yeah.
So are they going to do simulated wooden plastic? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll
find out. We'll find out.
Yeah. We've got Stephen Haynes Models in who says, hi, Mark and Kev. So good evening, Stephen. Welcome.
Stephen.
Ian's World of Models says, I will definitely do the Orca if it's wood, even more of a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I can understand Howard's point of with 700 parts that are pre-painted, is it going to be wood?
Yeah. It says pre-painted, and normally with every wooden ship you have to paint it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't paint it for you because of how it's processed. So it's going to be interesting. It's also going to be interesting to see what other bits they do from Universal.
Yeah.
Like I said, Universal, they own the A-Team. We went through it before, didn't we? A-Team. Jurassic Park, so it's going to be interesting to see what other ones they go for. Obviously, they won't be able to do anything from Fast and Furious because Vanhome own that, or there's another one as well that Vanhome have that's from Universal, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. It will come to me.
Right.
It will come to me. But yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Howard says Wrath of the Lich King was the second expansion pack, very in-depth about how he became the Lich. Okay.
The Lynch. Yeah. It was. I just remember it was a big expansion. I know it came out in 2008. But yeah, it was a huge expansion for the game when it came out.
Right. Never played World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft was brilliant. At the time, it was big, but it's just one of those games that never progressed over.
Right.
So you either, because back in the day when we used to play this, you were either a World of Warcraft fan or Diablo.
Right.
They were very. They weren't similar, but they sort of were. So it was sort of like using spells, and you would have a mage and a healer and all that sort of stuff. But Diablo moved over to console, where World of Warcraft never did. So I don't think a lot of people play it like they used to, especially me. I don't play it at all now. But back in the day, many days spent playing on it.
Don't play video games, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I've my kids are into them, but it definitely missed me. It definitely missed me. We've got Go For It Painting in who says hello. Hi, Go For It, welcome.
Might go for it.
We've got Jason at Cadnola Build saying hi all. Hi Jason, welcome.
Hi Jason.
Howard says he was a pain in the ass to kill.
He was
screaming at people in raids for wiping out the group.
Yes. Yeah, and especially with the undead, he used to conjure up the undead. That's what I remember. Hordes and hordes of skeletons. And it was I mean, World of Warcraft was a massive game. It was sort of like the first D&D sort of style game that you could actually play on a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Dungeons and Dragons for me was a cartoon in the 80s. That's as much as I get into it. So, Will's Workshop says 60 centimeters makes it about the same height as the Megazord. Yeah,
it's about. I think Robocop, Optimus Prime, they're all around the same sort of height. So
yeah. We've got this one's new. Exploring Unseen saying, "Hey, well, welcome.
Hey, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, good to have you along. So
yeah,
hello to you. We've got Kevin and Mary who say, "Evening, everyone. Good evening, Kevin and Mary."
Evening.
Spice Proof says, "Root Master, a lot of screwing." Yeah.
Especially the beading, the red beading on the outside, the edging and stuff.
NM screws.
Oh yeah, I think I had nightmares about them. The red.
As far as I'm aware, people who did the original run from Hachette are still finding them in their carpet.
It wouldn't. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. The amount we used, I remember they gave us a bag and it was full of them, and I remember only using half of that. So they must have known that you're going to drop so many.
It's a bit like the Enterprise D with the windows, isn't it? You've got so many spares. Yeah,
I've just got so many. I think they've done. Like I said this before. I think they've done that so you could do the configuration how you wanted instead of following the diagrams. You could pattern them how you liked.
Wouldn't it be funny if somebody did an Enterprise D and made the lights say out something like hello or something, you know what I mean? You
could do that. I was thinking, I wonder if someone's just done them all black or all white, all see-through.
Yeah. Every light is on.
Yeah. Or I wonder if someone would do half and half. So half of the Enterprise is all black and the other half is just all lit.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be
yeah. Will's Workshop says, I would love to see the Ecto come back, but I think I have fully missed the boat on that. Yeah, I think
that's gone.
Unless IXO get hold of that, I can't see that coming back.
Yeah, I think if Fanhome were going to do it, I think they would have offered it already. I mean, I think most people have finished on that now. If not, it has finished. And it was part of Eagle Moss. But yeah.
I mean, mine's downstairs on a shelf, but it weighs a ton. Absolutely, I think it's the heaviest Partwork there is.
I think the tumbler could be a predecessor to the weight on that, because that is humongously heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got John's model making in, who says, "Evening, gents, and all in chat." Good evening, John. Welcome.
Hi, John. Welcome.
And then he also says, "Watch out for the Back to the Future 3 train later this year." Oh, I haven't heard about that one.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Flip Dip says, Christopher Reeve, Christian Bale, Andrew Garfield, Roger Moore, Tom Baker, LOL. So that's his choice.
Yeah.
Got what? Christopher Reeve for Superman. Christian Bale, is that Batman?
That's Batman, yeah.
Andrew Garfield.
Spider-Man.
Roger Moore, 007.
007.
Tom Baker, the Doctor.
The Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. Will's Workshop says, "Congratulations, I've been with mine with 19 years, married almost 17. So that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I've been with me and Kirsty got together in 2005. And we got married in 2007.
Right.
We'll be married 18 years this year. So
right. Well, we met in the millennium, so we've been together 25 years, but married 21. So yeah, I was in my 20s when I met Julie. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jason says, "Congratulations." Thank you. Andy Carroll says, "Mark, Kev, you guys seen second series of Andor yet? It's bloody good." I didn't even watch the first series yet.
I haven't seen the second series. I'm catching up on a lot of other stuff at the moment, but it is on my list to watch before some other stuff comes out. But I haven't seen it. I've seen the first series. That was brilliant. But yeah, if you don't know what it is, Mark, did you remember watching Rogue One?
Yeah.
The Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Well, Andor is before that. The series is basically leading up to that. How he got K2SO, how they discovered the planet, all that sort of stuff. The film is like what happens, but Andor, the series, follows Cassian Andor, I should say, as he sort of becomes a rebel, as it's so.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't watched any of it. Spider Sprue says, "Congratulations to you both. Thank you very much." Dave Mack says, "Congratulations to you both, Mark and Julie. Thank you." John's Model Making says, "My claim bat upgrade is very expensive." I don't know.
Look what you get in that price. I mean,
I don't think it is, because
no.
I mean, if you compare it to, say, the flux capacitor and the Christmas tree from Model Modz, it's on the same level, really.
Yeah, you've got to think of this is plug and play. Yeah. So this goes in the same point as where the existing board goes, and you just literally plug the same bits into it. Extra bits. It's you're not doing anything extra really with it, and the amount of stuff it comes with as well. You've got an app built in and everything else. I think the price is actually pretty reasonable for what it's got.
Yeah.
What you get. Yeah, very reasonable.
I understand people, okay, that's quite a large cost, but if you wanting, it depends on the builder. That some people.
Yeah, I think if you want the ultimate thing, and you don't want to do it yourself, this is it. And I think the price is very good. I mean, you got to look at the price they got for the same thing for the kit Knight Rider. Same point on that, and that's got all the bells and whistles on it. You've got all the dashboard stuff and everything else, so it's on par with everything else. And I think, he's got to produce it, make all the parts, program it. I think it's perfectly reasonable price.
Yeah, I don't think it's that expensive from my point of view. I mean, I'm not building the Batmobile. I'm not built the Knight Rider. But if something like that came along for something I was building, then probably I would consider it at that price, because
considering you've not got to do anything yourself, and you get all the parts, and you just I think I think that's pretty reasonable price wise. Yeah.
Howard says one other thing. Some of these books are painted, or book nooks are painted wood, but with a model like this, you could chip the wood easily, even if it's painted.
That's why you normally don't paint the wooden ships, because of that problem. That's why they get you to paint them, why they're not pre-painted.
Yeah.
And obviously as well, the other thing as well is normally you would paint it and then you would varnish it to seal it.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. I think it might be die cast,
Could be. Well, it'd be interesting to see how they do it.
Yeah, would affect die cast. I don't know. I think you could get very close to it, but like you were saying, it is a wooden ship because it breaks up, doesn't it? Because he chomps the back of it. So,
I mean, is it something like we'll see before that it's say plastic, but then like with the Titanic, we put that decking material down on it?
Yeah, you've got a point there. Yeah, the that sort of laminate decking. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some for my Trumpeter Titanic where it's like self-adhesive decking.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you might be right there. Yeah. You might get like a plastic hull and then put this
the stick-on effect on it.
Yeah, that makes it look wooden. That could be printed.
Yes, you can produce that in anything really.
Yeah.
So, and it's very thin sheets. So I'm wondering if they could do that.
They could.
Yeah, because it's been done before. It was done on the Titanic for the decking, so it possibly could be done that for the Orca. Yeah,
interesting.
Very possible, because the back easily would be one sticker, and the name printed on and everything.
Yeah, you got a thing there, Mark. Yes, that sounds could be.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if it lights up, if we'll have a panel that takes away so you can see underneath.
Yeah.
The engine is. Will it come with the barrels as well?
I think for stuff like that, I think it will do. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking would affect over plastic or metal.
Yeah.
Something like that. Andy says, Enterprise D saying Hello Kitty, Mark. No. There are no kitties in hand. No. David Holly says, yes, Kev, the tumbler is very, very heavy and we aren't finished yet.
Yeah, I found out today, I have posted on the Facebook group, what the last 4 issues are. So we know what we're getting.
There we go. The ending to that vehicle, though, is as slow as the start.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got a tyre in.
It's been an incredibly painful build, that.
Yeah, I know why they do it, but in theory, I suppose they could have got it down to it's 120 issues. I reckon it could have easily been done in 110 or even 100 easily. But don't make this decision.
Howard says, speaking of the Enterprise D, you should go check out Andrew, Canadian Starship, and see him doing the massive resin D. He was even commissioned to do a 6 build of the D in the future. Yes, I'm actually subscribed to him.
Yeah, same here. And I've also there's a guy in the UK who is building the original Enterprise, but he's doing it deck by deck.
Yes.
I don't know. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've subscribed
to him. And he's putting little figures so you can sponsor his channel and he will make you a little figure that will go in to the ship when it's fully done. But he's building deck by deck, and everything that's in the deck is going to be on it as well. It's going to be really interesting when he finishes it.
Yeah,
but,
it is painful though, because when he does that, he's now located a place where he can get wood cut.
Yeah.
So the things that it takes time to do them, he can get them done in an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, really good. Flip Dip says, Snap Kev, I got married in 2007.
Yeah.
Me and Julie, it was 2004. So Kevin and Mary say, congratulations, Mark. Thank you, Kevin and Mary. Howard says, well, if you guys make it as long as my folk had at 56 years till my father's passing, you'll be one of the few who tested time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, go on.
My grandparents did 60 years married together before my grandfather passed away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, my mum and dad broke up. So I've been married longer than they were. Kirsty's parents are still married. I think they've been together 30 or 40 years. So yeah, they've been a while together.
I mean, my father passed away when I was 11 and he was 36 years old. So I've been married longer than my parents have been married.
Yeah. But I do have a friend, and he's been divorced 3 times, and he's the same age as me.
Right.
So there was a running joke that he just likes wedding cake. So we've said to him, we'll just buy you the cake, mate. Don't get married.
Yeah. He must also like going to the jewelers and buying rings.
No, tell me about it.
Yeah. Howard says, Mike Lane's back computer is half the price of the kit one he did, but he's also working on a crime computer and dashboard.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason says, have a good day, folks. Going to visit Mum. Okay, Jason, thank you for coming in.
Mate.
And Will's Workshop says, I wonder how the Orca scales against the Stanart's Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so that's the one that does the little figure things, isn't it? That company.
Yeah, so the Stanart's Bruce is the shark, the mechanical shark.
Yeah. The one where you can see the inside of it, the one that Wayne done. Yeah.
Yes. So that would be interesting, because if it's on the same scale, then I can see that selling out.
Yeah, and pairing them together.
Yeah.
Be quite good.
Yeah.
But also, you never know. One of the accessories might be Bruce.
Also, I mean, you never know. You could see how it scales up against the Lego Orca.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen Haynes model says mine's coming up to 28 years this year. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not singing because I will break the internet. So I am not singing that. I will honestly, I will break the internet.
I can't remember who sung that. It was some wacky group. Yeah. I think if you saw that, I think the video for it was like it was like the MASH robots. You know, do you remember the advert for the MASH?
Yeah.
Had those robots. I think they were actually in the music video for that song.
Oh gosh.
But yeah.
Yeah, I remember that in very cheesy 80s birthday parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Joffrey 3 who says, hi Mark, it's been a while, hope you're doing fine. I'm doing good, thank you. Welcome back.
Welcome
to the stream. John's model making says night all. Night, John, thank you for coming by. Flipped it says the firm. That's who did it.
Ah, yes, okay.
Yeah. And then he also says he got to number 1.
Yeah. There's a lot of these weird, like
cheesy songs got to number 1 back in the 80s, though. Well,
not even in the 80s. You had Mr. Blobby that went to number 1 in the 90s.
Yeah.
Along with Bob the Builder. I believe that went to #1 as well.
Yeah.
Got some weird stuff.
It's just what's the trend at the time, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? So it's very cheesy things going on.
Yeah. I don't really follow the charts, to be fair. So
No, I haven't done for years. So Kevin and Mary say Star Trekking.
Yeah, across the universe.
Will's Workshop says Lego Orca is 39 centimeters from stern to bow. Just happened to be sat next to one. Well, so that's double the size of the Lego version then.
Wow.
So the Lego one's 39 centimeters and the one they're doing is 80 centimeters. So it's going to be double the size.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
nearly. I mean, it's only 20 centimeters off from a meter. So this thing is going to be, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Really big.
Yeah. The good thing though is the bigger it is, the more detail you can put onto it.
Yeah, and you can have more lighting, I suppose, on it as well.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting because it's got a lot of rigging on that, so that's going to be a lot of interesting work on that one.
I mean, look at Modd's dream of doing some movie props to go in it.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the beer bottles to go inside
the gun, the gun, yeah. There's loads of little. Yeah.
We can't really say it, but things that they used to smoke back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Because that was normal. So the amount of modders out there that could print stuff, 3D print stuff for that would be amazing.
Just imagine how big the shark would have to be though for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean, yeah, the shark would have to be like that big, wouldn't it? Near its mouth.
So it's that being, I can see that being a modder's dream to add.
I can see that being shown off at Telford, the model fair there where they go. So I would imagine when is that, September time? So people might get a little look at that around in September.
Okay. So Will's Workshop says I'm going to need a bigger workshop.
Yeah.
Ian's World of Models says better start beefing up my shelving for the tumbler and the Orca. LOL. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tumbler I think would struggle on any sort of shelf.
Right.
It's because it's also back wide, if you know what I mean. So it sort of gets bigger as it goes towards the back.
Yeah.
And that's where all the weight is. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a difficult one to explain.
Spiders Pro says the chicken song by Spitting Him. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Yeah. God, we had some cheesy songs.
I know, and they just done really. I think they were just because it was a joke thing, so it done very well. Everyone thought I would just go out and buy it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Hawley says, my relationship with my Jan lasted 15 years. I lost her to cancer 4 years ago. Our relationship lasted longer than both our previous marriages. Miss her every day. I'm sorry to hear that, David.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, David. Yeah.
My condolences to you.
Yeah.
Flipped It says, Necker's shark is big.
Yeah. But how big? I don't know if it will match up with how big that orca is going to be.
I'm wondering if it would be more to scale to the shark that Wayne did in the resin.
It might be. I don't know. With that, I think what you'd have to do is measure out 80 centimeters and then find out how big the actual boat was width-wise. Once you've got that, you can then probably get the size of the head of the great white, because obviously it destroys the back of the boat. So it's almost as big as the back of the boat. Because I remember he chomps it, then he breaks the back of the boat, and his whole body is like on the back of the boat.
Yeah.
So if you can find out the length and then you find out the width of the original orca, and then you just measure that to size.
Yeah.
You could, a bit of calculation. You could actually find out then how big the shark would have to be.
I mean, I love the way that shark does it. But if it happened in real life, the shark wouldn't have survived out of the water for that long.
No,
because you've got to keep swimming to breathe.
Yeah.
Will's Workshop says Telford show is November, as I need to do my diorama by the end of October.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm wondering if, because that's a bit of a while away. So I'm almost wondering if that will go on pre-order and be out by this year. I'm surprised if they leave it that long.
Yeah. Agora can be slow at releasing things, though. We've known this before.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment we see Fanhome and D'Agostini, it's like subscribe now, not pre-order.
Yeah, they've gone from. Yeah, it seems like Fanhome have gone from pre-ordering to just bringing it out straight away, which is bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah. Flipped it says 18 inches, I think, not bragging, LOL.
So what? So that's width ways for the shark, 18 inches.
That can't be 18 inches width
Right.
ways.
Is that the back of the ship or the whole ship?
No, I think that's the length.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, it must be the length of the actual ship. But it's like I said, it's interesting. 700 pieces pre-painted.
Mm.
That almost reads like a normal partwork, with die cast and plastic. So, and the 700 part is also reminiscent to like normal partworks with screws and stuff.
Mm.
So it'd be interesting.
It will be interesting to see how they're going to do it. It will be interesting, but yeah, I think I can't see it being wooden if it's all pre-painted.
Yeah.
Because that would have to be would have to be painted. There's no way you could send that out pre-painted.
No.
Well, you could, but yeah.
The problem, like I said, the problem with wood, if you pre-paint it, is when you come to nailing it in.
Yeah.
Because if you're hitting it with the hammer, you could leave a mark.
Yeah.
On the pre-painted stuff, or you could chip. So I think that's why they don't normally bother, and they allow you to paint it. And then normally what you would do is then seal it or varnish it to seal it in. So it'd be interesting to see how that all comes together.
Yeah, definitely. Andy Carroll says, well, Kevin, Mark, it's getting to that time again. See you guys next week. Bye to everyone in chat. Stay safe, guys. Good night. So, night, Andy.
Right, Andy.
And Flip Dip says, my John Wick has left the warehouse.
Lovely.
So that'll be on its way. And
oh, lovely. So a lot of people have been getting their Supra and the John Wick one as well. I've seen a few videos already.
And the Red Bull.
And the Red Bull, yeah, I've seen that. Red Bull's done very well. We're talking about that actually before we come on. It's completely come off of D'Agostini's site now.
No longer on D'Agostini's website. The problem is, though, they're still advertising it on Facebook. You can click the link. It does take you to the website, but you can't sign up to it.
Yeah, it's not there, so you can't do anything. No, that also means that it may never come back.
Mm.
So
yeah, so unless you can order it from somewhere in Europe,
that's it. Yeah.
Dave Mark says, great stream, guys. Thanks, Dave Mark.
Cheers, Dave.
Will's Workshop says, got my Supra. Yeah, I watched his video on that.
Yeah, watched that video. Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah. Kevin and Mary say night all night. Kevin and Mary.
Night, Kevin and Mary.
Spider Sprue says, great stream, guys. Night all night, Spider Sprue.
Night, Spider Sprue.
Chef Hawk says, good night all, and thanks both for the stream. No problem. You're welcome.
No problem, Chef Hawk. Thank you.
Good night. David Hawley says, gonna say good night, Kevin, Mark. Cracking stream again. Many thanks, and I'll see you both in the week and next Sunday. Thanks, guys. Good night, David. Thank you,
David. Thank you for coming in.
And then we've got Sonic Boom who says, great stream again, guys. Going to miss you next week. Probably be knee deep in mud at a festival in Leeds.
Wow. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
What festival's that? Because I mean, I'm in Huddersfield, so
Is it Leeds Festival?
Oh, it could be.
Download? Could be anything.
That'd be around here park, probably. So
yeah.
Okay, anything coming up for you this week, Kev?
Apart from the skyline, which has been lined up, I've had a lot of stuff stacked up, and so I haven't been able to release it this week like I wanted. So that'll be should be out Monday, Tuesday. Okay. And then obviously it'll be the normal videos, so like the Tumblr and the Dalek. But unless anything else turns up this week, I've got nothing else. So
okay,
well, I'm sure there'll be some.
For me, normal videos on the normal days, and also we are finally caught up on the marathon of the U96, so them videos will be out this week. So yeah, that's all there is on my channel this week. Obviously Tuesday. It's mine and Julie's wedding anniversary, so
yeah, enjoy.
I'll end up being on here or something. You'll never get it. Will's Workshop says, good night all, great stream as always, hope to get on the Flying Scotsman for Tinker and Talk Tuesday. Yeah, why not?
Lovely.
So that's the end of the stream. Thank you everybody for coming along. Thank you for your fantastic comments as always. Just got one more in. Ian's World of Model says, night guys, great stream as always. So night Ian, thank you.
Cheers, Ian. Night.
So just leaves me to say, I've been Mark.
And I've been Kev.
We'll catch you all next week, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.